All right. Portugal versus Spain. The last time I clearly remember watching a Portugal versus Spain game was when Ronaldo scored a hat trick. The final will be held at Allianz Arena in Munich, Germany. This is a game you don't want to miss. It's going to be at 12 p.m., at least where I live, on Sunday. This game, I'm not going to miss it for anything. I'm not missing this game for anything. The last time they played for a game like this, right, that I can remember, that 3-3. Or you know what? I'm going to look up when was the last time they played. Portugal versus Spain. The last time they played was in 2022 for the Nations League, round 6. All right. This is a very different lineup from both sides. One, from the hat-trick that Ronaldo scored, that game for the World Cup that I remember watching the free kick, and I went crazy. That's how good it was. You went crazy too. Don't lie. So, the national team changed a lot since then, and from this 1-0 that Spain won, the national team changed a lot too. Because Danilo no longer plays for the national team, and then a lot of changes have also been made. And the national team for Portugal is also stronger, but I can't give you a prediction. Because when it comes to finals like this, there's really no saying who comes out on top. You just have to watch the final and see how things roll out. But again, what I will say is this. Spain have always had players from La Liga. They've always had players from top leagues. Portugal hasn't always had those players. Right now they have Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, João Neves. They have Cancelo. They have Ruben Diaz. They have Inacio. They have a bunch of superstars from a whole bunch of leagues. And they still got Ronaldo, the top goal scorer in history. So, here on Fumo, there's a poll that you could vote on who you think is going to win. 52% of people say Portugal wins. 6% of people say that it's going to be a tie, maybe overtime or pens. And then 42% of people say that Spain will win. I see all three of these happening. Because both of these are teams that once they get in a flow, or in a rhythm, there's no stopping them. It's going to be kind of like Benfica and Barca, or Barca and Inter. They're going to smack each other and smack each other again, and it's going to be like that for the whole 90 minutes. If both teams get into that momentum, this is going to be a final that's going to go down in history. But again, anything can happen in finals. So here, as you can see, I voted Portugal wins because I see them lifting the trophy more than Spain. But I also see Spain winning. But I think Portugal has the upper hand because of how much their team has developed since the last time they faced Spain. And yes, there's Yamal. Yes, there's Dani Olmo, there's Gabi, there's Pedri, there's Cucurella, but Yamal has not faced Nuno Mendes. And you know what? I don't think he'll get past him. Because in Benfica, there's this player, Álvaro Carreras, who's on his way to Madrid right now. He plays for Benfica. Yamal could not pass Álvaro Carreras. When Benfica played Barca in the Champions League, he couldn't. The only time, I think it was the 3-1 in the knockout rounds. Álvaro Carreras did not play, and then Benfica got eliminated because they didn't have their best defender, and no one was able to lock up Yamal. And I think that Nuno Mendes is better than Álvaro Carreras, and I think that he can lock up Yamal. So there's a lot of superstars, a lot of world-class defenders, a lot of world-class attackers. So It's impossible to give you a prediction of who's going to win, but I'll say 2-1. I can't say who wins or who loses, but I'm going to say 2-1 the final score. But if the teams get in their rhythm, it can go a lot more than that. So we'll just have to watch the final and see how things roll out. So see you in the next one.